your answer, I'll be able to tell what
You're very consistent. You're very consistent. You don't know what words mean.
So based on your answer, I was going to try and reverse engineer the definition.
No,
So
you don't
based
have
on
to
what you
reverse
say,
engineer. Just give the definition.
I don't know. So I'm asking you.
How do you reverse engineer the answer?
Kind of like deductive reasoning. You just use Occam's razor and stuff like
You
that.
deduce using Occam's razor?
Yeah. True story.
Is David Hasselhoff your favorite musician or favorite actor?
If you don't know the word, how are you going to use the simplest solution to be able to solve your problem?
Michael Jackson is my favorite musician. He asked me who my favorite musician is. It's Michael Jackson.
Are you from fucking Iraq?
Yeah.
No, he played the pirate with Tom Hanks when he said, "I'm captain now."
Oh, Somalian.
I'm not Somalian, but Somalian.
Big up. What? Somali anymore as he's today?
Not today, no. I like the cosplay as,
Did you convert from Somali to something else?
It depends on conversion. I mean, how does it work? Is it maternal or
reversion to Somali?
Is it like maternal? Is it paternal? Like, how does this work? I just want a bit of a breakdown.
All right, everybody, I want to welcome you back to the Roast of Aziz. That's right, this is your Sunday morning early barbecue and Roast of Aziz.
I love it. I'm willingly subject myself.
Aziz, can you pass the coleslaw and some brisket, please?
Wait, trust me, Aziz, when we're done with this roast, we'll make sure it's halal.
That's what's up. Well, it can be kosher, because, we can still eat kosher meat, Shout out the Jews, love them. Say no to anti-Semitism. True story.
Do you have any Jewish, Aziz, do you have any Jewish friends in wherever you live?
I do actually. My partner that I go to gym with, my training buddy, he's a Jew. He's a great man. I love it. I've been fishing with his dad. Crazy stuff. You wouldn't believe it. One of my oldest friends, in fact.
Did you tell him how you're an anti-Zionist warrior here on Clown House, wasting your life?
He knows my thoughts and he echoes them, and so does his father, ironically. They're not anti-Semites, they're very...
Well, they're Jewish.
They're anti-Zionists?
Their understanding is that this is just a manifestation, a modern manifestation of the idea. They don't disagree with the core ideology, but they don't agree with the current iteration.
Well, current by whom? Because I'm a Christian and I'm a Zionist, so what do they have against me?
No, they don't have anything against you per se. It's not, they're not isolated.
Well, I believe that there should be a state of Israel. That's the reason I am a Zionist.
So do they.
So then they're Zionists. So why do they hate people that are Zionists? And you believe that there should be a state of Israel too, right?
It's the current iteration. It's like, the Hebrew we speak now is not what they want to spoke, right?
Don't get yourself confused, Aziz. I don't think you know anything about. I don't think you know a word of Hebrew, Aziz. So don't get yourself deeper in.
I even know that
the word of Hebrew.
I know that song as well. It's like this.
Now let's hear a word of Hebrew.
All right. What about that song where it goes?
Let's hear a word of Hebrew, Aziz.
I lost my telephone. I know
that's
that
not Hebrew, Aziz.
Well, okay. I've heard the song.
So you don't know a word of Hebrew. Okay, so you believe in you believe in the existence of the state of Israel, right, Aziz?
Yeah, I would. Personally, if I was a leader, I would create.
So you're a Zionist, right, Aziz?
No, I would create.
So you're a Zionist, right, Aziz?
No, this is the problem. I don't want to be conflated with this modern.
No, I don't want you to be conflated either. You said your friends believe in the existence of the state of Israel, and you agree with them, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a Zionist. That makes you a Zionist.
Right, this is the problem.
That's literally the definition of Zionism. You believe that there should be a state of Israel. Welcome, Aziz. Welcome. You don't have to explain. We get it. We know what words mean. We're not you.
Welcome everyone.
To the fold. Welcome to Zionism.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone to the early morning roast.
But do you know what it's kind of like? It's like saying, do you speak Hebrew? Do you speak Hebrew, Norman?
No, that's not kind of.
Oh, Norma, can we just start this debate, please? And can you ask Aziz a question to ground him so he can frame something?
Yeah, go for it. Let's do it. No interruptions, guys.
Okay, when are you going to lose your virginity?
You know, that's an age-old question, Norman.
Okay,
You know?
yeah, I did not.
Yeah, it depends on what age. That's what we're asking.
I mean, I've thought about it. You know, I'm gonna. It's coming.
Do you masturbate a lot because you don't get laid?
I'm masturbating right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Please don't interrupt him while he's masturbating. He'll never get his point off.
Yeah, it's just a wee little baby. It won't take long.
Yeah, I mean, it's a downward spiral. I just came on it once while I was masturbating, and now I can't masturbate without being on Clubhouse. It's like a mental thing, you know? It's like focus, like, because I can cut out. So Norman speaking, I'm like zoning out. So it really helps me, you know, dial in onto like my hand, you know, just really just
You've been zoning out a lot all throughout your life, right?
Yeah.
And this is why you dropped out of grade school, right?
No, I actually Cambridge graduate, but it's fine. You know, we move.
You graduated Cambridge?
Contrary to popular belief, I'm incredibly articulate.
You just said you graduated Cambridge, right?
It's a true story.
In what field?
I don't want to divulge.
Is this Cambridge in Pakistan?
Was it like lesbian basket weaving or what?
It was the art of seduction. Yeah, it was the art of seduction.
Not too much on basket weavers, please.
Oh shit.
Can somebody pass me the ketchup, please? And I would like another Miller High Life.
So they say a fool can play the wise man.
You know, you're not the only Pakistani Zionist. I have family actually that are Pakistani Zionists.
I just feel a bit insulted being called a Zionist.
Well, no, you already said it. So do you want me to put you in touch with them? Because you guys can, they took advantage of Birthright Israel. So, you know, every Jew gets a free trip to Israel. Would you like one of those?
I mean, yeah, I don't mind. I'd like to visit, you know, the Holy Lands.
Sure, as a Zionist. Okay. I'm very proud of you, Aziz.
No, I
He
mean,
just said,
You already said you were Zionist. You can't have no backseas, pixies now.
are we like in the playground? Are we
Oh, no, not at all. No.
No, we're just not Indian givers and or liars.
Good morning, Uncle Scott. You're gonna take the reins over for Uncle
I
fucking
need to admit that you're a Zionist.
Uncle fuck, I forgot his name already. Uncle Steve. You're the mini Uncle Steve.
Actually, no. This is actually real. What's going on? I am a Southern Georgia Christian Zionist, and I said I believe in the state of Israel, and I said, do your friend and his father, do they believe in Israel? And you said yes. Well, then I said, okay, then they're Zionists, and I said, do you? And you said, yeah, I do. Do you believe like them? And you're like, yeah, that makes you a Zionist. You can't
Hold on.
back step now.
Good one.
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss. Just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it now. Lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. Right now, lick it good, suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, lick my pussy.
Everyone's allowed you to elaborate. Why don't you? I can tell you exactly where you were going with that.
Tell me.
You acknowledge the existence of the state of Israel just like you acknowledge the existence of the force of gravity, because
No.
you can. Okay, so then tell me what it is.
I was going to say, do you believe in gravity? He told me, yes, I
Yes, we
gravity.
believe in gravity.
Yes, gravity is real.
One second. Right, gravity. Do you believe in gravity, right? So if I just name myself Gravity, do you believe in me now? Because my name is Gravity. You know.
Oh boy, this is much worse.
That's
I
even
was
stupider
really-
than I thought. You're right. I was too smart. I was not.
Yeah, you were way smarter than he was on that one.
Right, there you go.
I think the imbeciles are looking
Like,
at
you think because a Mexican person names their kid Jesus Christ, I'm praying to him?
Exactly. So just because they name themselves something
The
does not mean they're
imbeciles
the
are
original
looking down
iteration.
on you, Aziz.
Wait, no. I said the state of
You made
Israel.
the point for me. Thank you.
No. Do you believe that there should be a state of Israel? And you said yes.
I'm worried the imbeciles are going to throw him out. What's below it?
Dude, thank God there's no more tall buildings in Gaza.
Well, there doesn't seem to be many talkers in Tel Aviv anymore. Anyway.
Oh,
I just
So you don't know how to count, right, Aziz? That's too bad. You can't speak and you can't count. What do you do exactly? Can you make chapati?
No, I'm very successful at what I do, Norman.
Yes, which is what, making chapati?
I mean,
Well, you can't speak and you can't count.
so what can you do, Norman?
So can you make chapati?
What can you do, Norman?
It's a yes or a no. I'm giving you a hint how questions work. Yes. If you want, you can just take your hand and knock on the wall or something. So yes,
I don't know where this rumor came that I'm from Pakistan.
Try it like this. Yes is 1, and no is 2.
Where did you get this?
Can you count to 2?
Where did you get the Pakistani thing from, Norman? I'm just
Can
wondering.
you count to 2, Aziz? Well, you said you converted from Somali to Pakistani, didn't you?
Yeah,
Okay. You want to go back to being Somali?
I can do that. Yeah.
You want to revert?
A bit of cosplay, a bit of Ashkenazi roleplay, you know.
A bit of cosplay?
Wouldn't your Pakistani buddies kill you for being an apostate?
Uh-oh.
No, I think that's not necessarily true. I think it's a bit exaggerated, isn't it? It's a bit of Orientalism, you know.
Not from what I saw when I was in Iraq.
Right, that's not Pakistan.
Pakistan's worse.
Yeah, that's interesting on that.
Okay, I have a good one for you, Aziz. What words does the word cosplay come from? You just use the word. Let's see if you know what it is.
Playing.
Wait a minute. This is devolving into an English language learning.
I know.
Oh, he doesn't know much English. So,
No,
Aziz,
Well, I'm not getting paid the English, and neither are you.
Aziz, cosplay. What are the 2 words that make up the word cosplay?
Playing in costumes, Norman.
Aziz, you're gonna have to send Norm some money for his free English
The
lessons.
Google was fast this time. You know, it was good Google. You get credit for Googling quickly.
Aziz, what are the fundamental ingredients of an Italian sandwich?
I actually lived in Italy. I swear to
No, that's an American thing. It's not an Italian thing. It's America. What are the fundamental ingredients in an Italian sandwich? This
Well, I
is a
don't
question with
believe that
multiple
American
answers, and I'm going to judge you based on your answer. I'd like an answer from Norm as well.
So I
Okay, wait a second. So you notice you said what are the fundamental ingredients of an Italian sandwich, and he says I live
I
there.
lived in Italy. I had a lot of sandwiches when I lived there.
I've had this with him for weeks, if not months. You ask him a question, and he has something else entirely that has nothing to do with the question.
I actually had a sandwich for lunch yesterday.
it's called context. It's called nuance. You know, maybe.
Do you know what an Italian sandwich is?
It's called context, guys.
Do you know what a BLT? What's the B stand for in BLT?
Bambaloo, something like that.
Yeah, it's a Bambaloo licking twat sandwich.
Yeah, Bambaloo monarch trapezium.
No, you got me thinking about it today. I was thinking about capicola, salami, and pepperoni on my sandwich. Now I'm gonna fucking have to get one for fucking lunch today.
Glad you said capicola, salami, and pepperoni, because are you aware that up here in Maine, they claim to have invented the Italian sandwich, which is absurd to me as somebody with New York ancestry, and they say, Doc, that the only meat required for an Italian sandwich is ham. And up here, if you want a classic Italian, you have to order a cold cut combo.
Nah, yeah, but capicola is just spiced ham. They're right with that, but then salami has ham in it, but it's a mixture of other stuff, and then
Well, you need,
yeah,
you need all
but
three.
but
You need all
they're
three.
different. Yeah, but those are my three. That
Yeah.
and then throw a big old fat slob of mustard across of it, and then you put it in that clamp thing and eat the fucking sandwich up where it's supposed to spread on the outside.
And do you know what the Sicilian pronunciation of capicola is? It's not a joke.
I know it.
Gabagoo.
Capricola.
Gabagoo.
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 That's what the meat's called there. Gabagoo. Gabagoo. I like gabagoo.
Yeah. It's in The Sopranos. It's kind of funny. Don't forget the gabagoo.
Aziz, can you please pass me the beans and a little more coleslaw?
You have to say in it after everything, John.
We're in it now.
As you are speaking. The English
Don't
language.
interrupt me. I couldn't get my point across. And now for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to say how you interrupted me and I couldn't get my point across. But you keep interrupting me. So I'm going to keep saying you've interrupted me and I can't get my point. Don't interrupt me, please. I'm speaking.
Norman, can you stop interrupting him? Norman, can you let him finish? He's not done.
Maximilian is here.
Really? Oh, that's good.
You
Max.
know what? I have to be honest.
Have you never
I
done
have
the
to be
wild
honest. I do enjoy the American.
Oh, he's gonna
route.
change now. All of a sudden he wants to be honest now.
I do enjoy the American route because I feel intellectually superior.
Max, what happened to your tachlis and your shofar?
Wait, you're speaking English in an English room and you feel superior when you don't know the word for asking definition.
He doesn't know what the words mean.
I don't know what they mean, yeah. But I'm doing a great impression of a man who does, right?
No, you're not actually.
The only one I ever knew that you remind me of right now is Magoo.
I don't know who that is.
That's for sure. You don't know anything, do you?
You know, I'm working on it. I don't know what it is.
I think you're failing.
Oh, no, maybe you could be compassionate and read from the Tanya to help this young schmuck.
Well, it doesn't help when the average IQ in the room is 68.
He's very good at what he does.
I mean, there's probably no one else but me in this
And ask him a question.
IQ
This is
of
also amazing. You ask him a question.
I'm actually a member of Mensa. Thanks, Aziz.
Okay.
You can hook me up, by the way.
I know I can. That's fine, I just don't need to. Shout out Mental, still got my stuff. Still got my,
So where are you at? You're 148. Where up?
No, I'm not 148 or the hell, no way.
Then you're not in Mensa.
I mean, no. I'm not 148.
Don't interrupt him. He'll never be able to tell us his IQ number.
You can be below 148 and be in Mensa.
My IQ is...
Really? I thought that was a cutoff. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll look it back up right now.
It's a strong 75. Strong 75. I'm sitting around the Norman mark. I'm at the El Norman mark, you know.
Yeah, I have another one for you, Aziz.
Go for
Aziz,
it.
what, do you know what a question is, Aziz?
A what?
A question.
You see what I did there? That's good, right?
No. Do you know what a
Because
question is?
I replied to the question wrong.
So that means you don't know what, is that because you didn't know what it is?
Can I ask Aziz a question? Aziz, do you support the current regime that holds power in the ancient nation of Iran?
That's an interesting question. I don't support tyrannical regimes, no. But
You don't support the IRGC?
But
So then why do you not support... wait a minute. No, that's a bad question. Scratch. Forget about why do you not support. Just scratch that from the record. My next question is, if you do not support the IRGC, my question is, are you aware of how the IRGC has a strong degree of influence over the rest of the Islamic world? agree that the IRGC can influence the rest of the Islamic world, or no?
I don't think they can influence the entire Islamic world. No.
Who do you think has the most influence in the Islamic world? Would it be a leader from Iran, a leader from Saudi Arabia? Would it be?
I think it'd probably be Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia has the most influence in the Islamic
Yeah.
world. So how come Saudi Arabia isn't able to stop? Because Saudi Arabia, aren't they aligned with Israel? Or no? That's the
No, I think they have mutual economic interest. I wouldn't say they completely
Are
align.
they aligned, or am I proving my own ignorance? Did Norm leave?
No, I think that mutual.
Notice how Norm left when he was no longer the center of
I think
attention.
mutual economic and security interests. That's what I would say.
Am I wrong to assume that should I Google this?
Wait, do you think that Norm left because this room's a fucking waste of time?
Possibly.
Maybe he found a better place to get his dopamine. Aziz, your dopamine creation is running thin. Lou Jizz Tickles, welcome to the barbecue. Would you like to join this roast?
Sure, why not? Let's talk about AI.
Yes.
Oh,
If there was an AI bot created to mirror Aziz, what do you think the IQ, collectively of course, of that AI bot would be?
Stop typing and asking me questions. I have yet to answer the first one.
I mean, just going back to Zach's question, I mean, he asked me, he made the
And don't interrupt me, because I'm not going to be able to get my point across if you keep interrupting me. So I'm going to waste everybody's time now for the next 10 minutes telling you all how you've interrupted me. Thank you very little.
Thank you. So yeah, just going back to Zach's question.
So just stop interrupting and let me get my point off.
Right, so yeah, like I was saying before I was rudely interrupting.
Such a waste of fucking time, mate. If you keep interrupting me, I'm never going to be able to get my point across and reply to Zach.
Right, well, Zach asked me, well, he made the assumption that Iran was in control of the Islamic world. You know, this is a common misconception. He obviously doesn't understand Islamic geopolitics very well, so I had to enlighten and remind him that the Shia-Sunni divide is very self-evident and very prevalent throughout the world. So it's not something, they're not monoliths. Even within the states that disagree, they are not.
You're not a monolith.
Right? They're not a monolith. And so...
Like the monolith from Stanley Kubrick's film when all the monkeys are jerking off in front of the monolith.
Well, my question is, if there's such a divide between Sunni and Shia, then why is Iran giving, money and weapons to Hamas and Hezbollah, because they're Sunni and Shia? So where's the divide? Where's the divide if they're both getting support?
So, I mean, Hezbollah are Shia, I know Hamas are Sunni. But what you're seeing here, I mean, people ask me...
But where's the divide? Where's the divide that you said that Iran has between those two?
Well, you have to remember, this is...
Oh, I have to remember. I was there. I don't have to remember. I lived it.
Right, I'll explain though, right? Sometimes what happens is when you have mutual economic or political interests, you find yourself aligning with parties that may not completely align with your, morals or whatever it may be. And it's just out of necessity.
Oh, the enemy of my enemy is now my friend.
It's a political arrangement.
So what you're saying is because Iran considers, Israel and America to be the enemy, the enemy of the enemy can now be friends. So the Sunni and the Shia divide no longer exists because they have a mutual enemy named Israel and America.
Yes, somewhat, yeah, pretty much.
So now you're going back and saying Iran does influence Islam, and it's not because they don't, because there's a Sunni and Shia divide. You're saying that the Sunni and Shia divide doesn't, actually exist anymore, whenever there's a mutual, enemy. Because you said an enemy of my enemy is my friend, so Sunni and Shia get along underneath Iranian, funding because of Israel and America. You just admitted that.
No. I said that when you have mutual economic and political interests, you find yourself aligning the enemy is your friend. And I said somewhat, but that isn't what I said. That's what you said.
Well, simplify it down to terms that make sense. If Sunnis and Shia are getting along under Iran's financial guidance,
Let me make it.
what does it become? Why are they getting along?
Let me make it really simple.
Why are they getting along? I don't need you to ask me a question when I asked you a question. Answer my question. Why are they getting along under the financial guise of Iran through proxy wars against Israel? Why?
Well, because Iran has been dealing with America and Israel for this isn't new. This goes back to Mossack there. This goes back to the Shah of Iran. These are not new contexts.
You're not answering the question.
No, well, I'm answering the question, and I'll get there. It's a bit of a precursor to my answer, if you just allow me.
Why are you gonna be so fucking long-winded with your stupid fucking answers?
If you don't let him respond, he's got to tell you that you've interrupted him and he can't get his point across.
Dude.
This is the problem with America.
This is the problem.
What? The fact that we know how to communicate effectively and concisely without running in long diatribes and run-on sentences?
I can help you with these. When the question is why, the answer begins with because. Yeah. He doesn't do very well in these sorts of things.
No, I kicked him because he couldn't get his point across and he kept getting interrupted.
Oh, I don't kick anybody. I'll never do that.
No, I kicked him. I can't do this. It's 911 right now, and unfortunately, I'd like to be productive today instead of wasting my time talking to Aziz.
Oh, did I miss the show?
Oh, Julian, you're another little faggot. Welcome to the room. I hate to use the F word, but you really are a little stinker, Julian. So, Julian, what do you think about this newest assassination in Minnesota? Tim Walz's appointee who executed a Democrat. Does this remind you of Mangione, your lover boy, that you want to see, spared and freed and glorified as a murderous hero because everybody deserves Medicare, Medicaid dollars?
Are you asking what I think of the murder of the Democratic congresswoman, her husband?
I'm asking you, do you think it reminds you of the Mangione assassination?
I think they're two separate events.
No shit, Sherlock, dude. Does it remind you is what he said?
And that was my answer.
Separate events. Okay, thank you, Stinker.
Oh. That's like, hey, does 2 + 2 = 4? Yeah, well, does it remind you of 1 + 3 = 4? They're like, yeah, but they're just two different things.
I mean, are they not?
That's not the question.
Well, I mean, that was the question was.
Does it remind you is the question.
Well, they're two separate events, like one was.
But does it remind you?
Further, and one.
Or no.
And
all there is yes or
the
no.
other one was more.
Yes or no.
A hit type.
Julian, dude, honestly, I have you listed as a friend, and I'm very picky with my people that I fucking let be my friends. But dude, if you can't answer yes or no on a simple fucking question, bro.
What's the
I
question?
swear to Jesus, man.
I swear to Jesus, leave him out of this.
Well, and Mary and Joseph and all the apostles too.
There's no point. You can't get through Julian. His brain is dense and thick. There's no penetrating. It's Julian.
It's already right away.
It's parasite infected from all the butt play that he does.
Really? You can get a parasitic infection from butt play?
Dude, yeah, monkeypox. You ain't never heard of it?
So, El Normo, maybe we could create a Tanya reading
By
room.
the way. Hey, Lou. What's up? Not much. I'm so confused. Doc, you asked me to answer yes or no, but what's even the question?
Julian, why don't you try to repeat back the question to me? I'm going to say it to you one more time. Does the Tim Walz appointee's assassination remind you of the Mangione assassination in any way? Before you answer the question, repeat the question back to me. Go ahead.
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm kicking you from the room, and I hope you have a great Sunday. I'm kicking you so you can be more productive this morning.
Happy Father's Day.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I gotta call my dad. So, El Normo, now that you have that Tanya, maybe we could do like a morning meditation, morning Tanya room, so we can enter the
Normo's
day
not
in
in here.
peace. Is he gone?
Yeah, it's only you, Zen, and Lou, and myself.
Oh well.
And then Regina was in here. Now it's your other Cap Doge.
Oh well. How the fuck is my Doge account in here? I've got another room open with the Doge account. Oh well. C'est la vie.
I ain't worried about it.
What are you doing
That's
today,
what it
gentlemen?
is. I was about to go skip run day because it's Sunday, but I decided to go run anyway. I'm probably gonna go grocery shopping here in about maybe an hour or so. Need to stock up on some supplies. Sunday's a good day to go go grocery shopping. That's when you get to see all the really fine toothless bitches.
What's the nearest Whole Foods to where you live, Doc?
A Whole Foods?
Yeah.
100 miles?
Oh, damn, that's where, the rich, beautiful women go to.
No, we got the Piggly Wiggly. They ain't got no teeth, but they know how to suck dick really good. You ever get you a velvet rub?
I was watching some kind of YouTube video about, I don't know if it's Doc Holliday, but who was that character that Val Kilmer played where he's like...
That's Doc Holliday. He's
oh.
from where I'm
Yeah.
from Valdosta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it. I
He
was
was a
like,
dentist.
damn. I was like, maybe
I
Doc is...
I drive by his house like once a month.
Yeah. Very interesting
His
history.
his old house where he did his dental practice is still there. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe you're the reincarnation of him. Will you be my... I'll be
I'll
your...
be your
I'll
Huckleberry.
be your Huckleberry. What does that even mean?
Like Huckleberry Finn, the book.
Yeah, but like, why is that like just come off as being strange? The guy's looking for a
Well,
fight.
you have to listen. You have to listen to the beginning of the conversation when they start speaking Latin to each other, and you gotta figure out what the Latin definitions are when they're speaking Latin to each other, and you'll understand.
Got it. Okay.
But they're making references across many books.
Hey, John, I think on Friday or Thursday, I recommended a play that we could, read on Clubhouse. I think it'd be pretty cool to, do some, reading plays, theater, because
Yeah, I'm down to do it.
you got, a whole group of people, right?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
but if you're gonna do it, you gotta pick a really good Greek tragedy.
What was it again that you wanted to? What was the script?
It's No Exit, which is sort of, parallels what, this, the experience on Clubhouse is. And I think it's by Sitar.
Second one. Life is good. Happy Father's Day to all of them. Whether you have children or not, you have a father.
What's the breakthrough on AI? I haven't been able to, keep up recently because I've been working from 9 to 5 every day. So I haven't had much time to look into this AI stuff recently. police have a profile photo on Clubhouse that was in cursive, which said that words can't read this, but, said this. So I gotta go up to black rooms and they don't even read it, they don't even care me. It's like, wow, okay, so they don't know how to read cursive. Crazy.
Comedy is doing a really good job with the federal government right now. The Library of Congress has killed a lot of books that are like in cursive, from way back when.
A leader of the Nicaragua is relevant to the question whether Israel has killed or not killed the
So the leader of the Iranian genocide regime is alive, and they have refused to limit their development of nuclear weapons, and they have continued to create terror. They're the world's foremost sponsor of terror, and they have not made the decision to stop fomenting terror throughout the world and killing hundreds of thousands of people, mostly Muslims, mostly Arabs.
Have a binary question in our hand, and Laura is talking about
you couldn't make an argument, I decided to make one. Since you couldn't make an argument, Philip, I decided to make one, which is that Iran is the world's foremost sponsor of terror.
This is very easy.
Wait, I'm making the argument now.
You're interrupting him consistently. Let him finish talking.
Okay, make an argument, Philip, and then I'll respond.
Yeah,
Make an argument, I'll respond.
It's okay, I'm just gonna move. Right?
Make an argument
on the same thing. My argument is whether Israel has killed negotiators
That's not an
or
argument,
not.
that's
Binary
just a
question.
statement of the fact. Make an argument.
Has Israel killed the negotiators?
Okay, are you done now with your argument?
It's a binary. No, it's.
So Iran has refused to stop fomenting terror.
No, we were going to stay on this.
Philip, 1 second. The mods, they're in the chat. There's a lot of people are asking to come up. And I think Patty or First Lady, are you guys here? There's about 3 people.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. It's 6 people.
Okay.
Thank you for,
You're welcome. Philip, I just wanted to, I sent the link in the chat. It's all the way up now. But it is a strategic partner.
It is, but there isn't a defense agreement. Or mutual defense agreement. Yeah.
Yes, there is.
No.
Oh.
Damn, they kicked me from the room. Ha ha! That's a big accomplishment. You think you're me upset?
این همه شوق و بیاد مثل حرکت پوپولیستی اومد
concept of this being, I think most of the time we talk about the kind of sort of buzzwords or whatever the press, particular channels are putting out when we're having these conversations without doing additional research. So the thought of indoctrination at college level, these are adult the nation after the Inquisition.